Hello everyone, Rick Dior here. This is the third video in the series about the Roland SPD-SX Pro pad. So today we're going to take a quick look at the back panel. We looked at this in the first video, but we're going to get a little more in depth today. Hopefully you'll be able to see. I'm going to hold the camera with one hand and talk about each input. So the first thing you have, and the most important thing, is the power, and that's an AC adapter that comes with it. And just hook that up here. It says DC in. All right. And it's got a little cord holder protector here that you can wrap that around. It's a little tricky to do with one hand, but just like that. So I normally do it. And there's one on top as well. You have your power on and off switch there. Then you have your USB. So you only need to connect this if you're working with the computer. You can take that live with you if you want to do some editing on the fly. And it's just a regular old USB. Plugs right in there, okay? It's also got a slot for a memory stick, a flash drive, for saving and downloading. You can do that as well. MIDI out and through, which is standard on these devices, and MIDI in. So I'm not using a separate module. So I'm not using these now, but if you wanted to connect to any kind of sampler or other module, or go through, like if you want to use this through a mallet cat, and you can even connect a mallet cat to this by going out and then in to the cat, get the sounds from this. But that's something for another video. Then we have the all-important volume for the sampling. And you see that there. And you see this line, it's audio in, okay, unbalanced. So you'll just use a 1/4-inch stereo cable into that, all right? And that's how you'll do your sampling. And we'll do that a lot in another video. And then we have our inputs. So the only other output is the phone's output. So right there, and there's a control for that on the front. That's going to be balanced ring tip sleeve. So I would definitely, stereo jack, and all these will be balanced here. Okay, so you see the master out, balanced, and they're very clean, and it's a very quiet machine. As long as your amp is quiet, you should be fine. And obviously grounded. So you can just use one, the left or the right, and it'll come out mono. Or you can do it stereo and pan your device, which is what I do. So I usually use this in stereo. Even if you go into the amp, you can go into 2 inputs of the amp or basically combine those two. All right. Stereo is really effective with this thing. Then we have one thing I love about this machine. We have the direct out. They're also balanced ring tip sleeve, so they're quieter. And you got 4 of those, so you can do kick, snare, and then whatever else you want out of there into your mixer and mix your drums with 4 channels. Then we have our trigger ins up top here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and they could be divided, so you would have 8 total, but I'm using these PD7s, and so basically it's just 1 stop. And again, that's going to be sort of a ring tip sleeve Roland cable, or any cable really will work, but don't just use a mono cable. Then you have your hi-hat expression, which is right here. That's important. That's where your hi-hat pedal is going to go, and you can use that for different things. You can assign it. So we'll show you that in another video. Then you have your foot switch. That's to go forward or back for particular programs. I don't really use that too much, but for some of you it might be really handy. And that is it. So it's very basic, but much better than the past pads. We have a lot more options here. So the next video, we'll take a look at some sampling. I think that's the order I'm going to do them in. These will all be in one playlist eventually, just be able to go through it. And then finally we'll get to programming. So we'll see you soon.